Welcome to the Trading Mentors, and this video is confirming trends. There's been a few questions coming back regarding trends and what we class as a trend. I'll cover that today. And there's also a really good technique which we used to use 15-20 years ago for the institutions when we're looking to build smaller accounts. Some accounts are treated differently depending on the size. If you're building up a small account, then targets are a really good important factor in adding to the account and building your account over time. This is the technique. This is an hourly chart. This is advanced, so don't worry about all the lines and the trend lines and divergences. This is advanced software, but you can use it on the basic chart as well. So this is oil, Brent crude oil. 62.29 is the price that we're looking back at. And this is the technique that really works really well. You can see these pivot lines. So we've got the central pivot line, S1, S2, and so on. So these are buying areas. And then we have R1, R2, so they represent resistance 1, resistance 2, support 1, support 2. And what you're looking for is a price to be hitting an S2 pivot or an R2 pivot in conjunction with divergence. If you've read my book on divergence, you should have by now. Please read that and understand it. You don't need to have the advanced charts to understand how that works. But this chart here, for instance, gives me the number of indicators that are showing divergence. So here there's a histogram of 1 showing divergence, and then there's 6, and then there's 5. So as the price gets nearer to S2, this indicates that there's going to be a reversal. So let's see what happens. And as we can see, it comes down to S2, hits S2 literally on the button, 61.50, and then it makes its way up. So with this technique, you don't wait for moving averages, you don't wait for anything to confirm it. You simply have an order to open at that point, 61.50 in this case, and then you let the move take its course. And this doesn't look like a lot, but 61.50 to 64.36 currently. That's a good profit. And we've got one divergence here, negative divergence live. Brent crude showing 64.36. We are looking for a big move down. But as you can see, it's not hit any R2 or S2. So this is not the technique. The technique was last week. And so when you wake up, put pivots on your charts, standard pivots, they're nothing special. And what you're looking for is for a price on any currency or pair or gold or oil, copper even, to be hitting R2. This is major resistance areas. And if you have a combination of divergence, positive or negative, then of course then you're straight in. If I spot one, then I'll let you know. And the other reason to use pivots, which is really important for people with smaller accounts, is you can use these as targets. So for instance, if we have a sell on oil, which we're likely to do in the next few hours, you'll have a target of 61.20, and then an S2 68.80. The important factors here are the round figures. So S1 is 61.27. So that's a good number because 61.20, any 20s, 00 or 80s is a is a good place. So with this one, for instance, S2, it's 58.66. So you'd have a target of 58.80 or 59 if you want to play safe. So that's a really good technique. There's no waiting about for moving averages to confirm. These are all leading indicators. The other thing I'm going to talk about today for you is each morning I'll post what's in a trend. Now our trend is 3 charts. We're looking at the 4-hour chart, which is on your left. We sold this up here, if you remember last week, 171.07. So we'll be locking in some profits shortly. 171.50 was major support resistance, as you can see here. We had a double top here and here on the 4-hour chart, and now it's moved into a continuation. So this is what we would call a downtrend, because the ribbon on the 4-hour has fallen down like this here. The ribbon on the 1-hour, which is on your top right, has fallen down here, and so it's likely the price is going to continue to fall. And the same for the 30-minute. Now it's a very quiet day, so we're not seeing much action, but this is in profit by some 50 something pips. Again, you can use targets if you wish. So we would have a target of 170.10, something that's 170.20, something like that. And S2 is 169.60. So again, use the 80 figure to be safe. So each morning I'll be posting what's in a trend, and just check your charts. I would recommend that you use the ribbon. It works really well and very visual, so you can see which charts are trending. And as you can see from this 4-hour chart, it's a very nice chart. So the advanced traders are in this. They've been in this since 173.34. So there's some 300 pips in profit, but they're still in it. This blue line here confirms that the price is holding ground, and that's where the stops are now. Hopefully that's helpful. Any questions, pop them into the members room and we'll have a chat.